What's up, guys? I hope you all are doing good today. So in today's video I want to talk to men, right, as I always do, because I think men need to know how to be men. Y'all need to know why you are made to be a man, right? And today I want to talk about lessons you need as a man. Simple points. I've got 4 points for you boys, and the first one is you need to stay far from being weak. Right, as a man, you can't be weak. Regardless of what you're going through, regardless of where you are in life, you cannot stay weak and you cannot be weak. Because once you are weak, right, the people that are dependent on you, they can't really respect you. They can't really be proud of you. They can't really honor you because you are weak, right? They need to get strength from you. They need to get some inspiration, some motivation. They need to be disciplined because of who you are as a man within that family, right? Whether it's your siblings, whether it's your wife, whether it's someone you are dating, or whatever. But you need to be strong as a man, regardless of what you're going through, right? Whether people leave you, whether people support you, whether people give you negative labels, whether people, try and discourage you. But you have to remain strong. A weak man never really gets to be a man because he focuses on the negative, right? But once you focus on the positive things, once you focus on your goals, once you focus on God, once you focus on growth, that's when you become a man. That's when you become a strong man. Weak men never make it in life. Weak men never make it in life because a weak man, once a trial, once a tribulation comes, he folds, he quits, he cries, right? Stop crying as a man. Stop being weak as a man, because you are far from being weak and you need to stay far from being weak. God has made us to be strong. God has made us to be powerful men. And for you to be a powerful man, you need to tap into your masculinity. Tap into your masculinity, right? Stop being a feminine man. Stop trying to be feminine because God didn't make you to be feminine. God didn't give you feminine energy, but God gave you masculine energy for a reason. God gave you masculine energy for a reason. He knows why you need that masculine energy, right? I'm tired of seeing men trying to be feminine. I'm trying to see men being men. That's why we are made by God, right? So whenever people speak bad about you, whenever people label you as negative, stop taking that in. Stop allowing that to be your identity, because once that becomes your identity, you start becoming weak. You start becoming docile. You start becoming tame. And we need brave men. We need strong men. We need courageous men. Right? Number 2, guys. A lesson that you need to know as a man is that no one cares. Trust me, no one cares. As a man, God gave us an inborn ability to wake up each and every morning and chase our dreams, chase our reality. And our reality as a man is to conquer, is to strive for better, is to compete. That is our reality as a man, is to be masculine, right? So no one cares if you don't become successful. No one cares. You are all in this alone. Right? The reason why I say no one cares is because I've seen men who are 50 years old, 40 years old, 30 years old, haven't accomplished nothing, right? And nobody's gonna feed you. Nobody's gonna feed you, right? Because they understand that men have to go out there and hunt. Men have to go out there and hunt. Right? I don't care in situations where boys have sugar mamas or what, right? That's to me, that's nonsense. To me, that's nonsense. A man has to go out there and hunt. A man has to go out there and feed his family. A man has to go out there and feed himself. He has to go out there and fend for himself. Put bread on the table. Bring the bag home. No one cares about you being depressed. No one cares about you being sad. No one cares about you going through the worst, because men are there to conquer on their own. We are made to conquer on our own, and once we are able to conquer on our own, people are able to respect you because you don't depend on other people to become better. You don't depend on other people to tap into a reality as a man. Because once men depend on others to become men, it is difficult for them to reach their potential. It is difficult for them to reach the pinnacle. It is difficult for them to reach the apex, because you are constantly feeding on somebody else rather than feeding off yourself as a man, rather than feeding off yourself, rather feeding off your energy that God has given you, right? Stop feeding off society's energy, because once it's not there, what are you going to feed off? Where are you going to feed from? So no one cares, guys. If you're sick, no one cares. If you're depressed, no one cares. If you're sad, no one cares, right? But once you have it all, everybody cares, because you have accomplished all that you wanted to accomplish. You've reached a higher echelon. You've reached a higher echelon. So focus on yourself, because no one cares. Number 3, guys, you have to understand women. As a man, you have to understand women. If you don't understand women, it is difficult for you to understand female nature, right? The greatest men in the beginning of time were destroyed by women. Women have a powerful strength of making a man, and also a powerful strength of taking down a man. You can be as powerful as I don't know who, I don't know as what, but if you don't understand women, if you don't know why a woman is in your life, they can take you down, right? You have to understand that women are a distraction, right? Women are a distraction. Focus on your goals, focus on yourself, focus on your family, focus on making your life better. Because if you focus on women, if you are constantly chasing women, you are chasing instant gratification that will lead you to death. That will lead you to being broke. What are you doing with the people that are going to drain your energy? What are you doing with people who are going to drain you? What are you doing with people like that? I do understand that there are a few women in this world who can be loyal to you when you don't have anything, who can be loyal to you when you're starting from the bottom. Yes, there are women who are faithful. There are good women out there, right? But you never know until you know. My point is this, guys. Just focus on yourself right now. Build your money up. Build your education up. Build your body up. Build everything up, right? So that when that person comes into your life, when that person wants to date you, when that person wants to marry you or be in a long-term relationship with you, you have it all under control. You've secured most of the things in your life, because you can never secure most of the things you want as a man when you have a distraction of women. You can never do that, guys, because women need time, women need attention, women need money. And how can you give that when you don't have anything? How can you give that when you have nothing? So learn how to understand women. Study women. Study their movement, right? And once you've done that, then you can enter into a solid relationship. Then you can do that, guys. Number 4, the last point is that you have to use the gift of trauma to your advantage. Use the gift of pain to your advantage. The anguish that you go through, the agony that you go through, the heartbreak that you go through, use that to your advantage. You are a man. You have to go through difficult times. You have to go through hardships. You have to go through heartbreak. You have to go through traumatic states in life. You have to go through that regardless. And if you never go through that, how can you become a man of honor? How can you become a man of pride? You have to go through the most difficult time of your life, because that builds a man. That makes you a man. That makes a man. That makes you smarter. That makes you more courageous. That builds courage. It takes out that dog in you. It takes out that beast in you, that inner monster in you, to go out there and chase your dreams regardless of life being difficult, regardless of death in your life, regardless of being rejected, regardless of being dejected, regardless of being abandoned. You don't care about that. You use that to your advantage. You use dysfunction to your advantage. Stop being weak. Stop crying. Stop being depressed. Stop staying depressed, because you are far from being weak as a man. God has given you the masculine energy. God has given you the masculine power, masculine strength to become a powerful man. So use the gift of pain, use the gift of trauma, use the gift of anguish, agony to become better. The trials and the tribulations you go through, the trials and the tribulations that you've went through in the past, use that to dig deep. Use that to dig deep. I've always said this, that I've got the biggest shovel in the game. Can't nobody dig as deep as I dig. Because of what we go through in life as Christians, because of what we go through in life as human beings, as men, right? So I best believe that boys, men are going to become the best versions of themselves after hearing this video, because you are far from being weak. Get up and go get it. I'm gone.